ठीक है सर, आपका ये अभी स्टार्ट कर दीजिए।
एक तीन जल्दी जल्दी खत्म हो जाएंगे तो बाद में सुपर कंप्यूटर पर जाना है जो पैरेलल है। ठीक, बीच में फोटो ले लो, अभी बहुत 25-26 स्टूडेंट आ गए हैं, फोटो ले लो। तो
ठीक है सर, फोटो ले लेंगे। ठीक है सर,
अनम्यूट कर दो और
हाँ सर, म्यूट कर दिया, अनम्यूट कर दिया हूँ, आप ये पढ़ाइए।
ओके फाइन। ये क्या आ गया? ओके, ऑलराइट, so this is our last class on big data. We have finished AI and we will do also supercomputing here today because this is a lot of programming is there in this class. So data interfacing and visualization in R. You are able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
fine,
sir.
Fine. So CSV file, Excel file, binary file, XML file, JSON file, all these we have already seen that bar chart, box chart, histogram, सारा जो on machine learning processes में आता है, that we have seen. It's all most graphical things which are done. Line plot, line graph, scatter plots, we have done all these things. So objective is explain the various file type and their interface that can be processed in R programming. Because R programming, as I told you earlier, was basically statistical program, but now it has become a generic type of problem. But Python is different than R programming. R programming simply call regression, it will call do the regression. You don't have to give any other details about it. Similarly, you call CSV or Excel, binary, XML, it will simply do that. So extract and use data from database, explain the steps involved in data cleaning and pre-processing, and then ultimately visualize the data. So reading data from files, in R, you can read data from the file outside the R environment. You don't need to go into the compiled stage of R to do it, but you can go outside and have the data compiled and all these things. So this is a wide range of the format, including CSV, Excel, binary, XML, etc. R can read and write from what you have done earlier outside the environment. R can read and write from this. Input for CSV. The CSV file is text file in which column values are separated by commas. So these are the CSV file. So input, comma, CSV, print data. Data, read, CSV, input, dot, CSV. And then reading data from CSV. This is input from CSV is read from this. Input, dot, CSV. Analyzing the CSV file, say print this and print this, print an arrow. So n row, n column. It's n column, n row का matrix है, उसको checking, reading data and all these things. Writing into CSV file, output to full stop लगा के CSV कर दो. So our programming has become so simple that you don't have to write all the things. Simply just put that thing, it will handle. Excel file, same thing in there. Excel file, data, read, XLX, input, dot XLX, sheet index is equal to 1. Print data, reading data from an Excel file. So that's the state frame. This is R programming. R programming is very simple programming, but has all the relevant things there. Similarly, for writing, so you have path name dot xls. So that type of thing. Similarly, same thing for binary file. So write binary object dot com and comma com read bin con dot what dot end. So that simply does this, writing binary file. ये सारा programming है, basic of programming, so that you can see reading the binary file, so that's complete. All the binary file is read and all that. So this is binary file. Reading the binary file, you should read the comment for explanation of each command. So the comment जो है वो हर command पर दिख रही है. So that's right. You will find the thing. So then next comes this, an example of reading data to a binary file में data डालने के लिए. So this is the all the things are there, binary data and all these things. So this, you have to carefully go through these all the program and then see that you know are programming all the best. XML file, this is again reading XML file, same program, similar thing. Load the package required. This is the comment. So library XML. Also, these are the comments जो blue line में है. बाकी सारे this library, methods, result, XML, parse, file is equal to input dot XML with an inverted commas. Print the results, simply print results. So there's a very simple way of doing things. XML to data frames, the same thing, they are converting the read data to a data frame. So whatever you have done is simply converting the read data in a data frame. So that's then JSON file is stored as text in a human readable format. JavaScript object notion is it, JOS is abbreviated as JSON. JavaScript object notation, that's JSON. So that's what is done. So this is again what is given here. So practice required to read JSON file, library or JSON, result, format or implied format file is equal to input dot JSON, print results. So this is very simple programming, so that you don't have to worry much about it. Simply write there, simply this converting read data to data frame. So this is the library read data. Result is from file to input this data frame as data frame results, and JSON data under bar data under bar frame. So it will simply print it. So this is a very simple way of doing. That way our programming has become very efficient for machine learning. And even Python is good, but because in AI we talked about Python, here we are talking about our programming. That's where most of the things are done. So databases में same thing with the R MySQL पर से connecting R to MySQL में कनेक्ट कैसे MySQL में R को कनेक्ट R प्रोग्रामिंग को कनेक्ट करा हुआ है, ये देख लीजिए वो करते हैं. Querying the table वो सारा बताया हुआ है, how to query MySQL table से कैसे query करते हैं. So DB sends query MySQL connection, select from actor. So fetch results n is equal to 5. Fifth n per result निकाल लो data frame. So that's where you have to using. So similarly, using rows in tablets. So that is the update empty car set disk is equal to where HP is 110. So updating rows in MySQL. So these are the inserting data in MySQL table, creating tables in MySQL, dropping tables in MySQL. Then comes web data. So web data again, data cleaning and pre-processing. This is familiarity with data set, check the structure, all these things you know. These are things, visualization in R. So that again is bar chart, bar chart, this is the program for that. This is a bar chart, title and color, bar chart, title and color, ये कलर है. बॉक्स चार्ट, आपने बॉक्स चार्ट भी देखा हुआ है, ये देखिए बॉक्स चार्ट, ये बॉक्स चार्ट है. So this is the box, this is box and this box. हमने करा हुआ पहले. हिस्टोग्राम आपने पहले भी हिस्टोग्राम करा हुआ है, उसके लिए ये सिंपल प्रोग्राम है. ये देखिए हिस्टोग्राम बन गया. So histogram of data used in figure 14. So line graph, ये लाइन ग्राफ बन गया. इसका प्रोग्राम सिंपल दिया हुआ, ये लाइन ग्राफ बन गया. लाइन चार्ट फॉर डेटा ऑफ दिस एंड दैट. मल्टीपल लाइंस इन ए लाइन चार्ट, ये मल्टीपल लाइंस बन गया है. ये 2 लाइन है, 3 लाइन है, 4 लाइन है, जैसे भी हो सकता है. सो उसमें मल्टीपल लाइन बन जाता है. यू कैन सी दिस स्कैटर प्लॉट. उसमें ये सारा उसके लिए ये स्कैटर है, स्कैटर फिगर डॉट दिए हुए हैं. देन फंक्शन और स्कैटर प्लॉट, ये हो गया फंक्शन हो गया, कितने ब्रेकअप करके सारे बता दिया है. स्कैटर प्लॉट मैट्रिक्स बन गया. सो that is what. So in this unit you have gone through various file types that can be processed for data analysis in R and further discuss their interfaces. R can read and write a variety of file type outside the R environment, including CSV, Excel, binary, etc., etc. So this you can read it. It's a very simple. You can follow it. I am sure you will have no difficulty if you just read carefully and see the R programming which is given. You will find it is very straightforward, so that you can do it. Okay. So this finishes your 14th. So now we do the data analysis. That is again using R programming. Data analysis and R. So इसमें chi-square test है, linear regression है, multiple regression है, logistic regression है, time series analysis है. This is all. So therefore again R programming है. Objective is run test, chi-square test करेंगे. वो आपको पता है chi-square test क्यों यूज होता है. 2 variables with data set by running chi-square test in R. Explain the concept of regression analysis and distinguish between their type, simple linear and multiple linear. Build relationship models in R to plot and interpret the data. Explain the concept of logistic regression. Explain about the time series analysis. Explain about the extraction of trend, seasonality, and errors and all that. So that's where you find things are. So chi-square test क्या होता है? Chi-square test is a statistical tool for determining if 2 categories variables are significantly correlated. Both variables should come from the same population and be categorically in nature, such as top, bottom, true, false, black, white, syntax of this. So examples are, let's consider our built-in mass library that contains cars 93 data set that represent the sale of different models of the car. ये सारा बताया हुआ है cars का क्या है. Okay, so model, minimum price, maximum price. So all these things are mentioned here. You see, description of the sample data set. So ये सारा describe करा हुआ है. Origin, make, किसका है, factor, this and all these things. As you can see, we have various variables that can be considered as categorical variable. Let's consider airbag. कि हर एक कार में एयर बैग होते हैं. कितने एयर बैग होने चाहिए, कैसे टाइप का होना चाहिए. For our model, you want to check if there is a correlation in these 2 category variable. Chi-square test is a good indicator for such information. To perform the chi-square test, you may perform following steps. First, you need to extract this data from the data set. Then create the table of the data. Perform chi-square test on table. So this is the program which is there for chi-square testing. Okay. So the result shows P value is 0.000, which is less than 0.05, which indicates strong correlation. In addition, the value of the chi-square is also high. Thus, the variable type of car is strongly related to the number of airbags. देखो chi-square test 33.011 आ जाता है, ये देखिए, ये 33.000, p value df 33 by this, df is 10, p value is so much. So therefore, result shows they are strongly correlated. कितने कैसे बैग है वो बैग पर डिपेंड करता है. ये दिस इज ए funny situation. Air bag are not so expensive, so you can't say. But anyway, this is a question which has been tagged. The type of call is related to the number of airbag. कार में 6 एयर बैग है या 5 एयर बैग है. Although it's highly test says it is highly correlated, but I don't think in actual practice it should be there. But that's what it says. Okay. Chi-square test is one of the most useful tests in finding a relationship between the category variable. How can you find the relationship between two scales or numerical value using R? One such technique which helps in establishing a model-based relationship is regression, which is discussed next. So linear regression, आपको पता क्या regression क्या है? Regression analysis is a common statistical technique for establishing a relationship between two variables, y is equal to mx plus c. That type of thing which is there. So y is equal to a plus bx, b into x. So mx plus c or a plus bx. Y is a dependent variable, x is independent variable, a, b are constant. So two main things. So steps for establishing linear regression. Multiple linear regression is a plus b, bx1, cx2, dx3, ex4, and so on and so forth. A basic example of regression is guessing this. Carry out an experiment in which you collect a sample observed height and weight. Create a relationship model using LM function in R. Find the coefficient from the model you constructed and use them to create a mathematical equation. So that's where you find this is a relationship. Height and weight का regression बन जाता है, बिल्कुल straight line होता है, because height जितना ज़्यादा height होगा उतना ज़्यादा weight भी हो जाता है, because mass तो body का बढ़ता है जब height बढ़ती है. But otherwise, but somebody may be thin, but height may be large, उसका weight कम होगा, but that's simple. But general practice is height and weight are highly correlated. So that's what you see. So this regression also makes straight line regression so that you can find out ऐसे अगर आपके पास किसी का weight पता नहीं है, but you know the height, so you can find out the weight. If you know the weight, you can find out approximately height of the person. So that's what it is. So input data, ये सारे data है, 120, 150, 174, it's the height, weight, value of the weight भी दिया हुआ है. इससे regression equation, ये formula is equal to y is equal to x, coefficient is intercept x, and then these are the coefficient, and use the IM function, and then you get the relationship. So result of the regression, you get various results and all that. 5-point summary: minimum, first quartile, median, third quartile, and maximum. So therefore, you have minimum value, first quartile value, median value, third quartile, and maximum. This shows the spread of the residue. You may observe that above 50% of the residues are in the range minus 1.7.3 to plus 1.7.2, which shows a good model fit and so on, so that you can see. The function predict करता है, syntax predict करता है, the predict function है. Plot of the visualization, ये plot आ जाता है. Multiple regression जैसे a plus bx 1 plus cx2 plus this and all that, a plus b1 x1, b2 x2, bn x1. Y is the response variable. B1, B2 are coefficient. X1, X2 are predictor variable. They are independent. Y is dependent, where X1, X2, X3 are independent variables. So that's where you say ln by x1, x2, x3 data and all that. So that you straight may go to the R programming and you can get the result. Regression model बन जाता है, उससे display various output product हो जाती है, and then you get the logistic regression is different. In parallel logistic regression is a classification algorithm for determining the probability of event success and failure. When the dependent variable is binary, 0 or 1, true or false, yes or no, because binary is 0, 1, yes or false, true or false, yes or no. Hai. Logistic regression is initialized in a binomial this. So binomial logistic regression is like this. Gz is equal to 1 upon this, where z is equal to a plus bx. So that's the general equation for logistic expression is Gz is equal to 1 plus e raised to power a plus b1 x1, b2 x2, b3 x3, etc. That's the type of thing where whole the equation is in this. Y is called responsive variable and xi, that is x1, x2 are predictor and b a1, b a b etc. are the coefficients. तो ये फंक्शन is used and उसका प्रोग्राम भी लिखा है, ये प्रोग्राम है उसके लिए ये लॉजिस्टिक रिग्रेशन मॉडल बन जाता है. So this finishes the regression. Now time series analysis आ जाता है. Time series analysis is the metric that is measured at regular interval. हर एक घंटे में रीडिंग ली जाती है, जहाँ एक महीने में रीडिंग ली जाती है, जहाँ एक दिन में रीडिंग. When you are seriously actual data, this. So time series is represented, say y at a specific time t indicated by subscript t is defined as either sum or product of the following three components. The seasonality SI, trend TI, error ET, also known as white noise. So import the data set and then use TS, that is functions of the TS to be the time T का सारा देखो उसको करना. The following function will generate quarterly data series for 59, so on. So that result is uh, safety time series, extraction of trend, ये सारा छोटा छोटा program है, creating lag of time series, and then you finish this. So the time series analysis can be also quite comfortably done by this simple program which you see here. Yeah, this is a simple program which can do that. Creating lag the time series, this is a small program which is given here. So that's it. So that finishes our regression analysis. Okay. And then we take the last unit of your sorry, last unit उठ गया. Let me go back. I have lost the unit.
हेलो वो सर
Oh, unit 16 कहीं से misplaced हो गया.
16 सर मैं देखता हूँ
16 last unit.
मैं देख देता हूँ सर
उसके बाद हम सुपर कंप्यूटर पर जाएंगे.
ठीक है सर आप एक बार एक्सेप्ट कीजिए सर पंद्रह है ना सर
15 हो गया, 16 करना है. हाँ, बस इसको बड़ा कर दो थोड़ा.
ठीक है इसको बड़ा कर लेंगे सर आप
कर दी, बड़ा कर दो.
करेंगे तो बड़ा हो जाएगा
हाँ बस.
ठीक है ये आ गया
अब उसके बाद 16 के बाद we'll go to the super computer.
ठीक है ये
ओके, अनम्यूट कर दिया मुझे ना. Am I unmute?
हाँ सर
Okay, fine.
रेडी है
So this is the last unit of database advanced analysis using R. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it is the introduction, objective, decision tree, random forest, classification, clustering, association rule. This you have already studied, but this is the programming based thing. It's in R programming, all the things. Introduction, the unit explores the concept prior to advanced level of data analysis and their application in R programming. So this is what explains the concept of decision tree, including its type and application. Explain the working of decision tree and the factor to consider when choosing a tree in R. Explain the concept of random forest. Random forest में tree का selection process होता है. All these things are there. Explain the concept of classification algorithm and feature, including classifier, characteristic, binary classification, multi-class classification, and multi-level classification. Then explain the type of classification, including linear classifier and its type, support vector machine हमने करा है, and decision tree. Explain the concept of clustering. हमने clustering भी करा है, and its application in R. Then we have done explain the method of clustering and that type कितने cluster बनते हैं, 3 बनते हैं, 4 बनते हैं. Type including the K-mean clustering and its application in R. Explain the concept and theory behind the association rule banning and further application in R language. So this is the decision tree. ये program है decision tree का. Decision stump जो होती है नीचे की, and then it is known for its exact classification accuracy. ID3, iterative dichroizer 3, one of the core and a wide range of decision structures and all that. So this is the C4.5. This type of decision tree known as statistical classifier is derived from the parent ID3. जो ID3 वहाँ था, ये ID3 था. From ID3, then it is drawn. So C50 is the successor to C4.5. There are two models, the base tree and the rule-based model whose nodes are can only predict categories. Chained, the algorithm is extended as a chi-square automatic interaction detector. So that they basically examine the merged variables and justify the result of the dependent variable by building a predictive model. So chi-square test is again applied here. Mars extended as a multivariate adaptive regression spline. This algorithm builds a set of piecewise linear models used to model anomalies and interaction between the variables. They are known for their ability to process numerical data more efficiently. So conditional inference tree, that is this is a type of decision tree that recursively separates a response variable using the conditional inference framework. It is known for its flexibility and strong fundamentals. So these are the various parts of the tree. CART expanded as a classification and regression tree. Classification, C for classification, A for and regression tree, RT. So the value of the target variable is predicted if it is continuous. Otherwise, if it is a category, the required class is identified. Category variable, continuous variable, चाहिए input data का है. So sample data for the decision tree. Then this is the making decision tree. So that's why output tree, uh, that speaker, this is simply simple programming है. Making decision tree, these are the decision trees. This decision tree, for the example, working on decision tree. So these are the things. You can see score, age, score, and then इसका score age इसका हो गया, इसका score age इसका हो गया. So that these two are the things. Node 4, Node 5, Node 6, Node 7. So that's a type of thing which is the decision tree, for example, working on decision tree. So partitioning, pruning, ट्री सिलेक्शन, आप प्रूनिंग करते हो जो जैसे अपने बाग में करते हो. एंट्रोपी, इंफॉर्मेशन गेन. Entropy, mainly used to determine the uniformity of a particular sample. If the sample is perfectly uniform, the entropy is zero. And if it is evenly distributed, the entropy is one. So that's where entropy is defined as a number of things there. But entropy, in thermodynamics, entropy is different, but here it is different. Random forest, we talked about it. Random forest is a set of decision trees that are used in supervised learning algorithm. आपने supervised और unsupervised learning भी करा हुआ है. So that all thing. The classification algorithm is non-linear. To achieve more accurate prediction and forecast, random forest creates and combines numerous decision tree together. ठीक है, numerous trees को उसको random forest बन जाता है. So each tree is important. However, when utilized alone, each decision tree model is used. In the case where the tree is not built, error estimation is performed. This method is termed as out-of-bag percent error estimation. Random forest is named random since the predictors are chosen at random during training. It is termed as forest because a random forest makes decision based on the finding of several trees. Forest with several trees होते हैं, इसलिए it random forest वो बना देते हैं. So that's why it is. Random forest attempt to develop a model using sample from observation and random beginning variables, so that you can have column and draw size in Bootstrap, build a decision tree from the Bootstrap, split the node using a feature, repeat the first two steps, and so on. Aggregate the prediction, and this is the install R package. Syntax ये हो गया, formula ये हो गया, output ये हो गया, sample data for the random forest. Yeah, this is sequence of command using R for random forecast. Conclusion matrix, ये देखिए conclusion matrix हो जाता है. No, yes, जो yes है. उसमें देखिए number of actual positive cases that are correctly predicted, number of actual negative cases that are incorrectly predicted, number of actual positive cases that are incorrectly predicted as negative, number of actual negative cases that are correctly predicted. These are correctly predicted, these are incorrectly predicted. So that's what you can see, that all the positive actual, negative actual, positive, negative. So you can see that. So the positive is 100, positive, negative 50, negative, positive is 150, negative, negative is 970, 9,700. So that type of thing. Total number of observation is 100 plus 50 plus 150 plus 970. So 10,000 are the total observation. Out of this, you have so many very positive, so many, so that you can see. Okay. So that proper negative cases are correctly predicted are 9,700. Negative cases are incorrectly predicted 150. Positive cases are incorrectly predicted are 50. And 100 are the out of 150 positive cases are correctly predicted in positive. So that type of thing is produced in the R programming. Classification. The classification, we say characteristic, binary classification, multi-class classification, multi-level classification, linear classification, sport vector machine you have done, decision tree you have done, clustering you have read it already. So that's the hard clustering, soft clustering. तो के मीन क्लस्टरिंग, ये देखिए के मीन क्लस्टरिंग का ये है, और आगे के मीन क्लस्टरिंग का देख लीजिए, ये कहाँ गया, ये के मीन क्लस्टरिंग का है. So you can see that ये के मीन with two clusters. ये एक ये क्लस्टर है रेड का, ये ब्लू का है. ये क्लस्टर्ड आयरस है. एसोसिएशन रूल भी आपने पढ़ा हुआ है, उसमें इंटरप्रेटिंग स्पोर्ट दिस एंड ऑल दैट, दिस इज अ प्रोग्राम and program is, so that completes the program of database. देखिए basically in database basic criteria is machine learning, and machine learning के लिए क्या चाहिए आपको, आपको statistical सारी चाहिए, उसके लिए R प्रोग्रामिंग इज ईजी है. पाइथन हमने एआई में करा है, लेकिन इसमें आर प्रोग्रामिंग करा है बिकॉज आर प्रोग्राम में सारी रिग्रेशन इक्वेशन, क्लासिफिकेशन, ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर डन मच फास्टर. That's why R programming has been used in database machine learning program. Whereas in general AI, we talk of machine learning and Python. So that's where you see there is a lot of similarity and dissimilarity. R programming can be used in machine learning even in earlier AI chapter which we done, but now it is R programming and all that. So this is a R for dummies. जो beginners है उसके लिए R programming की job, R programming की किताब है. There are books of simple R programming की देख लीजिए. So these are the things. So basically here last few units have been talking of R programming used for various classification, clustering, for random forest, for tree hierarchy, for regression, for state, for making the plots, different plots and all that. So you can see it's a box plot, it's a histogram, it's a all type of things, single line, multiple line. So all these things are done by R programming. And you can just go through the R programming and you can see that you can do it very easily in the help of R programming. Is it okay? Yes? Now let me talk about the supercomputer which we got for India. I was the person invited by European Centre for Medium Range Weather Forecasting in UK, Reading, who were doing the medium range weather forecast. What is the medium range? Short range होता है 0 to 3 days, और medium range होता है 3 to 7 days. So medium range forecasting, ECM, European Center, ECMWF, European Center for Medium Range Weather Forecasting. So that is in Reading, which all the European community has set up the center, and they are using their, all the scientists are from all the countries. Italy से कोई है, कोई Sweden से है, कोई कहाँ से है, and all that. So they are the question there. When I went in as early as 1982-83, I was invited for a symposium to give a lecture, and then I saw their whole process. I was very impressed. But when I found their forecast for Indian area, they were not good. So I told them कि आपके ये area में ठीक नहीं है. They liked it, and then they sent a letter to my head of the department that please send Dr. Datta for some period as a senior scientist to work with us. हमारे डिपार्टमेंट ने डिले कर दिया, इन्होंने नहीं भेजा, करते रहे करते अल्टीमेटली डिले हो गया, so they didn't send it. But later they sent me on a UN fellowship for 3 weeks only, and I wrote some 3 reports there which were very popular, which I talked about the topics and all that. And then when I came back, we used to be very popular with SARC country, और ये सारे हिंदुस्तान, पाकिस्तान, श्रीलंका, Nepal, Bhutan, Afghanistan, all these countries were part of the SARC country. So मैंने कहा कि हम SARC country के लिए medium range weather forecasting शुरू करते हैं, उसके लिए सुपर कंप्यूटर खरीदते हैं. I made a case when I put up this in the SARC committee. SARC कमेटी का जो बांग्लादेश का हेड था, वो कहने लगे नहीं, हम ढाका में करना चाहते हैं. Then I said, all right, you do it at Dhaka. I forgot. I started talking of having a medium range forecasting center at New Delhi. So I started making a case. 86 में वो केस बनाया. देखिए 3-4 साल लग गए बनाते बनाते. So because it was $18 million. So IMD at that time was under Ministry of Tourism and Civil Aviation. I was a director in IMD. I made a case and presented it to the IMD board, and it was approved. But next month, that is 1st January 86, it was transferred. IMD got transferred from tourism, civil aviation to science and technology. And DST became the supreme power for IMD. So then I put up the case to DST. DST में Professor Jashpal, who was earlier in the planning commission, now came for science and technology secretary. He was approving it, but by the time he was approving, he was made chairman UGC, and Dr. Gwarikar came. So Dr. Gwarikar said, let this center be under DST. So I was asked to plan all the things, sitting in DST but getting paid by IMD. And I alone with one PS, one Mr. A.P. Sharma was my PS, I managed 30 organizations, right from CRE to this and to custom people, to the police people, because we had wanted different things, because we wanted this computer to be installed at the first floor, and it was very heavy. So I had taken chief engineers, electrical, chief engineer, civil, chief engineer, air condition, and architect to Abu Dhabi, where the Craig's computer was installed on the second floor. Similarly, we went for UPS, all these things, lot of things. 30 organizations I was dealing, and everywhere I got some. I'm a person who wants discount from everybody. So that's where even custom people, because when the computer was coming, I went to custom people because my deputy secretary belonged to IRS, Indian Revenue Services. So उसकी बॉस थी कलेक्टर जो एयरपोर्ट पर थी. आई met her. I said, please don't disturb the supercomputer. Let the supercomputer straight away come. अब पुलिस की भी दे रहा था. I went to police commissioner दिल्ली. वो सर मेरे पास फोर्स नहीं है. Then I went to होम मिनिस्ट्री. तो उन्होंने फटाफट सीआरपीएफ का एक कंपनी दे दी मुझे. So that's how immediately everything started functioning in October 88, October, November 88, and by March 28th March, we had Rajiv Gandhi inaugurating the computer. That was holiday, and all the secretaries of the government of India, plus of course IMD and DST personnel were there. So they were all invited, and I am taking around this. I'll show you the photograph. I'm taking around the prime minister to the various places and all in the supercomputer and all that. So that's how the supercomputer came. That was the only supercomputer. And now I went recently to NCM. That center was not having a land. So I went this Aya Nagar where people were coming, that their district magistrate came to me. He said, I can give you 1 rupee per yard. तो लेकिन वहां गए तो आई टुक सम अदर सीनियर पीपल आल्सो विद मी. दे सेड नहीं ये अच्छी जगह नहीं है, यहाँ पानी की प्रॉब्लम है, यहाँ कोई फॉरेस्ट नहीं है एंड ऑल दैट. Then I went to Noida. I was the first central government officer to buy land in Noida. I bought 35 acres of land, 30 acres for the office and 5 acres for the residential. So that's where the office name भी मैंने लगाया उसका, National Center for Medium Range Weather Forecasting, NCMRWF. और जो मैं पहला सुपर कंप्यूटर लेके आया था वो भी वहाँ एज ए सैंपल रखा हुआ है. आई टेक ऑल माय student of ITI and some visitors, I take it. I think I'll take IGNO students also to show that supercomputer which I brought it in 88, 89 is still there, but it's not being used. It's just being used as an example that this is the first supercomputer which we got in India. अब तो अभी प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी inaugurated virtually another supercomputer for 6,000 crores rupees. So that is a huge computer. But that's what the weather forecasters have improved. You can see अभी साइक्लोन आया है, उस साइक्लोन का किसी पर भी पहले ही प्रॉपर वार्निंग दे दी गई थी. So people, everybody was nothing, no life is lost. Okay, पानी से घर बर्बाद हुए होंगे, कुछ गड़बड़ हुई हो, but no life is lost. People have been removed from the place and all that. So it affected Andhra and Odisha. So both the states are safe. So that's where the weather forecast, I think you believe now what weather people say, you believe it. Earlier, if the weather people say it's going to rain, you don't carry the umbrella. And if you say it doesn't rain, you carry the umbrella. That was the type of things there. Okay, now it is once the weather office says it's going to rain today, you have to be careful that rain will happen today. So that is the condition. I'll show you the supercomputers and all that. Just hold on.
हेलो.
हाँ, अब सुपर कंप्यूटर और दो तीनों लगा दो एक के बाद एक. मैं अभी जरा दैट आई विल कीप ऑन एक्सप्लेनिंग. तीनों लगा दो.
कहाँ पे है सर वो?
ओ चलो खोलो, मैं बताता हूँ.
एक मिनट सर, मैं थोड़ा
वो 224 जहाँ 226 के सामने डेटाबेस के सामने पैरेलल है.
हाँ सर, ये कीजिए आप, एक सब कीजिए आप.
इसको, हाँ, ये देखिए, ये है दत्ता सर लिखा हुआ है।
अच्छा ठीक
अच्छा,
है,
तीनों को ये ऊपर लगा दो, वन आफ्टर द अदर।
ठीक है। अब ये सर छोड़ दीजिए आप एक बार।
Yeah. ये तीनों, अभी ये तीनों लगा दो ऊपर, वन आफ्टर द अदर। पहले ये लगाओ,
पहले ये
पहले ये लगाओ,
ये
ये, हाँ
ये वाला।
हाँ, फिर दूसरा।
ये तो सर इमेज है ना सर?
आई नो, दिखाने दो, नहीं लगा
ठीक
सकते
है,
एक के बाद एक।
ये एक ही दिखेगा ना सर? ये तो आप दिखा दिए, हो गया। उसके बाद सर फिर कैसे करेंगे? एक्सप्लेन
जैसे
करना है इसको?
है,
आप इसके बारे में एक्सप्लेन करेंगे? ऐसे
ये
दिखाएंगे?
एक्सप्लेन कर दिया मैंने, सिर्फ दिखानी है ये फोटो। अब
तो ये सर देख लिए होंगे आप तो उधर से।
ये अभी, इज द स्क्रीन विजिबल नाउ? Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
you
Yes, sir.
see, I am here. Here is Rajiv Gandhi. Here are other people. Those are there. I am taking him around. And this is the supercomputer. That maroon color, big one, is all supercomputer. And ये जो नीचे सोफा बना हुआ है, इसमें भी सारी वायरिंग है. So this is all supercomputer. It needed internship and all that. So, so that's what is the supercomputer. अब सुपरकम्प्यूटर डिफरेंट है. अब लगाओ दूसरा सुपरकम्प्यूटर, लगाओ बेटे, ये लगाओ.
ये तो वीडियो है।
जीपीयू क्या होता है? जनरल पर्सन. What he has been telling, GPU is a graphical processing unit. It's an AI-based system, and it has blade system. That means you keep on adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each one is having some 20 CPUs and so on. It keeps on few 100,000 CPUs, because this is a parallel processing. All the supercomputers is the parallel processing, because they are CPU, GPU. All these things are there. So they all do the networking. The one CPU becomes the leader and makes everybody else works according to the requirement what is given. So that's where in weather forecasting this is exactly being used. That all the numerical equations are being solved by the processes and all that. And what Google has done is, Google has produced a chip which can have 13,000 faster than the highest supercomputer, but it's not produced. It has just been experimented with it. So once this comes, this is a great thing. Then future is with quantum computing, because quantum computing is the one which can do wonderful thing. That is all your problem that this cannot be done, this takes 1 year, this takes so many hours and all that, can be done in seconds and minutes in the quantum computing. So research all over the world is going on for the last 20 years on supercomputing, and India is also associated with the various countries on doing quantum computing research. So hopefully we are able to succeed in. So now I'll show you another. You know who is the richest person in the world? That is Musk. So he has also a plan for supercomputing. I'll show you that.
हेलो,
हाँ, वो पहला भी आप दिखा दो बेटे.
1 मिनट सर, मैं आया था नीचे में, थोड़ा टाइम दीजिए, अभी मैं आता हूँ सर।
है?
मैं थोड़ा दूसरा लोकेशन में आया था, मैं आ रहा हूँ अभी उधर ही। अभी थोड़ा इधर आ, बैठ जाओ भैया आप।
अभी टाइम लगेगा.
1 मिनट छोड़ना। बेटर हो बेटर है। हाँ सर बताइए सर।
फर्स्ट पर आ जाओ अभी।
ठीक है इसको सर एक्सेप्ट कीजिए आप। ये फर्स्ट वाला है ना?
हाँ इस पर आ जाओ। This is mask.
ठीक है सर चल रहा है ना सर?
AI-based supercomputer, which can be constructed in as small period as 122 days, and it is considered to be most powerful. And it is a blade type thing. Each sector can be pushed in and pushed out, and all that. Each one has number of CPUs and number of GPUs, and power is great. It has billions of CPU they are in that, and then zettabyte data is there. Zettabyte is billion of gigabyte, billion times gigabyte. So that type of the data is there. Now this is the future supercomputing, which are AI based, but quantum computing is entirely different based on quantum. That one we'll discuss sometime later, and I'll show you the quantum computers because I have been giving lectures on quantum computer for quite some time. I'll send you the transparencies on this. As far as this is concerned, if somebody volunteers to have the to distribute all the people, I can send all the three mails to some of the person who can further distribute to the other person. Anybody who can tell Rahim can be told whom you want, who wants all these there. I'll then tell Rahim to send the mail to you so that you can have it on this, because that you need a good amount of power. You should have 8 GB on your mobile or your desktop. So that type of thing is important. Okay. So that covers up my course, and all the best. You to do well in your examination. Please select your project on AI based or quantum based or big data based. Don't select routine projects. Any project you select, add AI or machine learning, न्यूरल नेटवर्क, एक्सपर्ट सिस्टम, रोबोटिकी, आपको मैंने सोफिया का भी दिखाया था. So all these things you should be able to do it. So that's what is required. Okay? Or are you all you happy? You are going to prepare well?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Thank you so much.
All
Thank you
right.
so much, sir.
All the best. All the best. Enjoy and do well in your examination. And later write good projects so that you are one of the employee of Vishakhapatnam Google Center. Okay?
Sure, sir. Thank you so much.
There. All the best.
Thank you so much, sir.
All the,
Thank you, sir.
all the best.
Good afternoon, everyone. May I audible?
Good afternoon, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yesterday हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया था सेशन 1 से 1 to 3 के क्वेश्चंस कुछ थे. आज थोड़ा सा आगे बढ़ते हैं, क्या करना है क्या नहीं है. ठीक है, और आई होप आप लोगों ने पुराने क्वेश्चंस कर लिए होंगे. सो थोड़ा सा डिटेल पे आज डिस्कशन करेंगे. नो इशू. Wait only 2 to 3 to 4 minutes, then I will continue our classes. हार्डली 2 मिनट का वेट करते हैं, देन स्टार्ट करते हैं तब तक.